is going on with my damn bitrate right now? Alright. Hey, what's up guys? Sorry, we've got a little bit of technical difficulties if the stream is looking a little bit shady right now. Don't know, the servers I'm streaming on seems a bit janky today. But it's alright. Trying to get some music on right now. And that song pretty chill. Okay, let's go. Yes, how are you guys doing today? It is 14 hours from Florida. Hell yeah, dude. Did you say you were flying? Oh, did you say you were flying like yesterday or today? So I thought like you would have been there by now. What the fuck? Who does this crap? Alright. Let's go. Laggy. I hope it's not the stream. Man, this just actually feels weird as hell. Alright. Let's get into it then. Yeah, how you doing, dude? How you doing? With some forearms, we got some back today as well. So, pretty chill. You excited, dude? Bro, you know what's crazy, dude? You're so quick to join the chat that you actually beat me sometimes to my own chat. It's a flex, man, down. Should have gone back on that one. That was a bit rough. Yeah, it might be my end actually. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix it for you. I'm not sure. Oh no, my bitrate's actually decent. Alright, if my bitrate is decent, it should be your end actually. So that might be the problem, your end, because on my end it's all good right now, so should be okay. Just try to refresh the stream. You might get an ad or something again, but I mean, it's better than laggy stream, isn't it? I mean, I wish they didn't do that where, you know, I can recognize who's actually watching and just, you know, not give you an ad if you've like watched in the past, you know, X amount of time or something. Probably gonna go bed in the car. Alright, dude, I'll see you next stream, dude. Appreciate you coming by, man. It's you. I mean, you're probably not at home, so that's probably why the signal, or you know, Wi-Fi, data, whatever you're using. Probably data. I don't know what sort of Wi-Fi you're gonna get in the car, unless you got like your own home hub or something like that. But yeah, man, I'll see you next time. I appreciate you coming by, man. I hope you enjoy your time at Disney. I think it was Disneyland, yeah. Appreciate you coming by, man. All right, dude. I'll see you soon, man. Wow. Not bad. It's dropped. I'm pretty excited to see if the deadlifting is paying off and if we're any stronger with that. I know we've only done one session. You know, it's kind of mad to expect crazy results in one session, but I just want to see if it is paying off at all. You know what I did notice actually is only yesterday my forearms were hurting, which is interesting because I wasn't actually training forearms yesterday. So that is a little bit weird, but you know, all good. Oh, what the hell, I almost tripped over there. It's a bit crazy to be honest, but alright, we move. Alright, we'll see how today's session treats us. Hopefully we're gonna do good. I mean, to be honest, it felt a little bit shaky with the forearms like as soon as I pulled the weight up, but for some reason with the reps it was completely fine. I'm just gonna chalk it up to, you know, we're all warming up, you know, just getting into the session. That's what I'm gonna chalk that up to. W song. Alright, this time so we are gonna go and do it this way around, which is I already feel my forearms are tense after just those sets, which is actually pretty interesting because I don't normally with those sets, the first sets, feel like my forearms tensing up. It's mostly this one that I'm about to do that tenses up my forearms. So I'm interested to see how this goes. Alright. As you can see, we have no wrist wraps. We aren't using them today. We don't use them on this session because obviously we do want to get our wrists, you know, actually growing in strength, growing in durability. I don't know what the fuck to say about that, but get them stronger, you know, get them so we're not relying on them all of the time. And yeah, should be good. Alright, they added a bunch of air fresheners to the gym actually, which is pretty cool. So that should help with all the, you know, the stinky people who know always stinking up the gym. Hey man, we love the stinky people. They're always, you know, chilling. Man, one time there's this machine. It's like the calf machine where basically you have to just basically do tiptoes, sitting down, and so you sit down and you put plates on the thing and you do tiptoes, but sitting down, and that's your calves being trained, I guess. And yeah, I don't really use that machine. I do the leg press, but the top half of the motion for my calves. But some people do that, you know, pick your poison, whatever you guys want to do. But yeah, so man, I was using a bench that was sort of just in front of that machine. I have no idea how. In such a big gym with so much ventilation, aircon and everything, this machine in particular, or around it, its vicinity was stinking for at least 4 days straight. It was ridiculous. And because I would basically, there was 2 separate times, 2 separate days where I was actually doing the same exercise and having to dangle my head near that vicinity. Damn, the stench off of it was crazy. Let's go. I think we are actually getting stronger on that one, which is really nice to see. Haven't been able to go up on that one for at least 2-3 weeks, honestly. I won't even say 2, I'm gonna say 3 weeks, to be honest. I did sort of take almost a week off because of the flu, so that's sort of why I had to like sort of go back on a bit of lifts and things like that, and now I'm coming back up to like full strength sort of stuff. Now, you know, gaining momentum again. But it's a little bit annoying, you know, like if you take even just 6 days off, how much strength you will lose in just that short amount of time. But yeah, it's all good. I did not feel good on that first session, holy. I felt like I was a fraction of myself. I felt like I was like 65% of my strength. 60 to 65% of my strength. That's what it felt like. That is such a ginormous drop. I'm not even lying, like, I could barely even do 2 reps of my normal chest press. So I would normally be able to do 36 kg dumbbell press for 10. And I dropped down to 30 kg, so fucking 6 kg drop each side, and it still felt clunky. It wasn't even mainly, there was a lot of lift like issues, like I was just getting a lot less reps, but like just stabilizing the weight, just having it on your knees, picking it up, it all just felt clunky and like heavier as well. So that's what was really throwing me off and fatiguing me more, because I'd have to exert so much more effort just to get it onto my knees, just to pick it up. It was fatiguing me a lot more. It's definitely hella demotivating just coming back after, you know, even just a couple days off, you know. Like a day or 2 won't really do that, maybe 3 won't do that, but like 6, yeah, GG's. But I get it's accustomed to my body, because obviously if I'm going, you know, 5 to 6 days a week and then I just take randomly 6 days off, my body's just gonna get probably confused, and that's probably why it had even more of a major effect, because my body's not used to taking that many days off in a row, and that's probably why that was so dramatic. What also didn't help is when I was sick with the flu, I also didn't eat much. I went down from like 4k calories, well, I'm gonna say 4k, 3 to 4k calories a day, down to about 1.5k max on any of the flu days. So it was a big drop in calories, big drop in, you know, the consistency and everything. So that's why it probably didn't help either. But yeah, we're getting back to, you know, full strength. I'd say we're, you know, a good, I don't know about all of the lifts, but right now, I'd say we're good, a good like 80-90% strength right now out of where we were. Some lifts I feel like we're actually excelling, we're actually doing a lot better in, and some I feel like we still like need to get back to the normal strength levels on. For example, the other day I did hit 36, but I hit it for 9. My regular would be hitting it for 10. So yeah, slightly underpowered, but it's not far off now. You know, that's one singular rep off of what my regular would be. So yeah, you know, a lot closer. And that was the difference between the first chest session, which was horrible, you know, dropping down to 30 kg, to the second chest session where I was able to do that. But obviously in between there was a bunch of other things being trained which probably amplified and helped, you know, get back to that strength level. Like I was doing, you know, arms and shoulders, and I was also doing legs. I mean, legs not really gonna help, but chest press is it now. But yeah, I was doing all of that. What's up, man? You alright?
Yeah. Just ripped it on the bike.
Sheesh. What you got today, man?
What have I got? What am I doing? Doing fucking chest and shoulders. I haven't got a thing.
You do just like random stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I like to dip and dabble. I feel like I know my body, do you know what I mean? I have tried the push-pull back.
I don't like, the thing is, I do a completely like, I made my own split myself. So,
This is what I want to do for me.
because I don't like the whole like push-pull legs and all sorts of like fucking the weird days they do and stuff. I made it myself.
I do think
Yeah.
But then I think people need to also understand that they take it so serious.
Yeah, I.
Can't do a bicycle. You know what I mean?
You know, no. Have you seen the memes? Have you seen the memes? Oh, I can't push the door open. I can't
yeah,
pull.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just mad. That's crazy.
Yeah, but stuff like that. It's like every muscle is hitting multiple groups. Your body doesn't work for certain things. We weren't fucking born to start lifting weights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It comes all around. Like they show like bodybuilders and stuff when they're doing like cable pulls, and they're like this. You know what I mean? Going really heavy.
They're like,
It's
they're isolating just one thing.
wrap
Yeah.
around your whole shoulder, stuff like this. You know what I mean? Full extension, like on the cable.
Yeah.
Doing this and stuff. Pivot your body. So you know, like just the cable.
Mhm.
These are doing on stage. People doing this, and it's like that's great.
That's a hand job right there, bro.
What?
That's a hand job right there, bro. What the fuck is that?
Brother, you're not seeing what people doing.
Dude, what is that? Weighted wanking, bro.
You've not seen that? Where people just pull
I've
their-
seen it, but that's sus, bro. I've never done that one. Yeah, no, some people do like this. I have one where I do something similar.
Just take a few steps down the body, and then you're getting all of your shoulders, all the way around. You're getting all of it in one. Do you know what I mean? Then
And the
again,
lats as well.
Go to the gym and just target just their biceps, just their legs. Do you know what I mean? That's not really my angle. Like,
That's the
I'm
thing, yeah.
all for calisthenics and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Because it is
I'm
hard.
actually gonna try something. So I'll
Yeah.
show you, I'll show you.
It's hard to hit everything because there's just so many muscles and everything, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true, bro.
I go 6 days a week. I still don't hit everything.
Pause. Whoa.
I think the only thing. Oh.
What is that for a photo?
Okay, nah. That looks a little bit dodgy.
What is that? Like you said, modest dude. Right.
Crazy work.
So. I wonder if this is there. Ah, bang. I actually reckon I could do it.
With the benches or without?
With the benches. With the fucking benches. Like,
No, I have
look at the guy doing it as well, by the way.
Yeah.
I
It
reckon I
is.
could do that. Gotta try and record it as well. Into dragon.
Try it out. I think you can do definitely this part. I think your core's good enough.
Yeah, I think
probably.
that's the easiest part. I think it's just understanding how to rotate into the position.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just going to be my initial.
It's like you have the strength to do it. You just need to know like the balance and all that.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I got forearms up, some deadlifting.
I got work at fucking 10. Boss is asking to bloody come in earlier
Oh.
because we've got a big
Yeah, I start at 12 tomorrow, so I'm alright. So I said I start at 12 tomorrow, so I'm alright. Alright, let's go. Alright. Sorry guys, just double checking everything is working over here. We're all goody. Dope. Cool. So I can't remember if I did the thing or not. My second set of this, I'm not sure. Alright, let's give it a shot. Let's go. There we go. Cool. So 140. Let's see. Yeah, we're on 140. If we did do it, we would have dropped. So I don't think we did it. Let's go. drop.
What is that sound?
Yeah, I know. It's annoying. I can hear it through the AirPods as well. It's the only one that does that, man. All right. Cool, cool. Let's do this. Alright, so we got the rows now. We're gonna have to move for it and hope the machine's in the right place. Cause sometimes, huh? Yeah, I think he's doing every other day right now. Just chilling. Yeah, man. I call him Mr. Legs. But yeah, let's do that. Oh, this is in a nice position today, actually. So hopefully that's low down enough for you guys to see actually everything. Probably is. But I'm gonna have to wait because forearms are pumped. You know, I felt that was like a lot easier than normal. I don't know why, but it just felt a lot easier than normal. The forearms, I don't know why. Obviously it's a good thing, I'm not complaining, but a little suspicious that. Alright, 210. Alright, we have been on 210 for a little bit now, so what I'm gonna do is, what I'm gonna do is, if I do hit above 12 for this, I'm gonna go up next session. Because I've been on 210 for a bit, and I have been able to hit it consistently to those higher end reps quite a few times now. Obviously, I think the 6 days off, it really did like mess with my progression, because obviously you take 6 days off, that's basically a week off, and then now it's taking basically a whole nother week just to get back to the normal strength levels I was. That's 2 weeks, sort of like, it feels like wasted, but if you think about it in the sense of, I had the flu, and if I did go, from past experience, it would have taken me much longer to recover from the flu. Like, instead of 1 week, it would have taken me maybe 3 weeks. And for me to recover and be able to go full 100%, I think it is a little bit better to be able to go 100% instead of maybe like, you know, 60 to 70% because I have the flu, you know. And I guess it gives me the time off for body to just recover, because, you know, 6 days is pretty mad on the system. So it does give you that breather room, you know, which is nice. But also, how many years of experience, you know, to see all of my lifts just flop and plummet. But we're getting back there now, so that's really nice. I think we'll be able to go in a second here. I'm gonna get maybe a nicer song on. Someone is... that was the most weird thing I've ever seen in the... Some guy just looked through the window of the gym. That is so weird. That was noncy. That glare was noncy, I'm not gonna lie. Suspect. Alright. I'm gonna get a better song on, and we'll hit the set. Do you guys ever just get like bored of your own playlist? Because I feel like that's what's happening right here for me right now. I don't know, man. You just get a little bit tired of your, you know, listen to this. You get a little bit tired of your own playlist sometimes, you know, like, come on. So you just start listening to random stuff just because it sounds different, you know? So we'll go wait for the chorus there. We'll wait a little bit and we'll go in. And yeah, be chill. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Not quite 13, but 12 is, you know, it's alright. Still technically sufficient to be able to go up in weight, but I do like to hit that little bit extra, that little bit, that tiny bit more, you know, 13. So that I'll be able to handle the next weight a little bit better, you know? That felt a little bit heavier than normal, I'm not gonna lie. Weird, so the forearms feel stronger, the back feels weaker. Oh well. We are still, you know, getting back to our normal strength level, so it is fine. You know, the fact we can do it is still good, you know? So one more session won't hurt on 210, and then we should for sure be able to go up to 220, and we'll be even closer to the full stack, which is awesome. I don't want to rush my way there, because the thing is, after full stack, it does, you know, like after the full stack, it does get harder to progress further, because obviously then might have to do some funky shit to try and increase weight. Maybe just control reps, weight more, you know. So it's like, don't want to rush my way there. Plus it's a big milestone. I did start on this machine at 100, so hitting now 200 and shit, I thought I did 220 there. That would explain why it was so much harder. No, but yeah, that's 210, so fair enough. Gotta give myself sufficient rest here. I'll take this one, this is a W. Should have made it so I have to get up just to get my water. Made it lazy proof. And my forearms feel tense somehow. My left one especially. Okay. Anyways, how's your guys' nights going? What is going on? It's just weirdly tense. Okay. This is gonna screw me up for the set, isn't it? 100% know it's gonna. It'll be alright. We'll get through. Just think if I drop 2 pins or 3 for this one. Alright, let's go. That feels weird. What is this one doing? Oh, fuck. 11-2. Something took a lot out of me yesterday, man. Because that is abnormal to be. I feel like I'm always one rep behind where I should be today. Weird. It's a bit mad, but we have lats to do now, so let's get on with that and see how that feels. Hopefully it will be all good. We'll see how we go. Single-handedly move the machine. That's pretty dope. Okay. Let me get the cable thingamabob, so I'll be back in a second. Actually, I need to refill my water as well, so I will sort that out. And we'll finish. But after that, I've got to get the attachment thing for the lats, but no, two birds, one stone. If I fill my water too. Let me talk to Paul while I'm here as well. Might as well. Paul,
Morning, man.
how are you?
Yeah, good. What are you doing today?
Oh shit.
Chest again.
Nah, not chest. I got deadlifts today, so I can try it again.
Yeah.
This will be the end of the first week.
I've got a bit of everything today.
Everything?
But bench that lift the squat.
Oh, dude.
So next week.
You're definitely not coming in tomorrow, are you?
I might be.
Really?
Yeah. I'll be coming tomorrow. It's different benches, like post bench tomorrow. And then not next Sunday, Sunday after, I'll be testing that. So hopefully I'll do 90 and then maybe even more.
I'm hoping today I can do even a little bit better.
Second?
I'm hoping today I can do even a little bit better, because if I got 3 reps last time, I'm gonna try 5.
Not the one I used to do before. I used to add weights every third or fourth week.
Yeah.
Remember? But this one is like every 5th week. So I've got more
5,
time
yeah.
to build it up, because you know what I mean? It's when you do it too often sometimes it's just...
I feel like 3 weeks for me. Like, I'm someone who progresses. Like, I try.
Oh, you can, because you
I
can.
try really quick, but
Yeah. 3 weeks is not too bad, is it?
even for me, like 3
Do you
weeks.
do it every weekly or?
Three. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like maybe every 2 weeks. But 3 weeks.
Once you build up to heavy weights.
Yeah, then it's hard. It is
slowing
hard.
down, isn't it? Like,
No, yeah, I get it.
Like when I was doing like you know, squat 80 kilos, oh yeah, another week, you know what I mean? But now it's like...
It slows down
I'm gonna
dramatically,
I'm
yeah.
gonna try 140 next time, so, you know, I'm gonna, plus obviously I'm 41, you know, have to be careful.
Don't know, man. I don't know. I hate squats so much, man.
I love them, to be honest.
I know. You said last time.
I don't mind deadlifts, but I don't just like, I just find out I just pick stuff from the floor, you know what I mean? I do it at work every day, picking stuff up from the floor.
No,
so
I
it's
get
spoil for me, you know? But yeah, squats and, yeah, bench, I like bench, I suppose. But yeah.
Because I don't do any of the 3, you know, like there's squats, deadlifts, and bench, right? So if I'd never really count that. But yeah. So
how long
there's...
have you been working now though then?
How long? It's on and off, but it's around, I think, 4 years.
That's younger than me then, yeah. 'Cause I've started March last year.
Only?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done it when I was 20.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had, what, fucking almost 20 years break.
20 years, yeah. But the muscle memory, it still works.
It
It
is,
still
when
comes in.
when I came back, I'm heavier now, obviously, I got fat as well. But like I got to 85 kilos when I was younger, and now I'm fucking 90. You know what I mean? It just comes back. Like my arms were bigger than when I was younger.
Yeah.
It just comes back. Once you've done it once, it's in there, innit? You know what I mean?
It's good, yeah.
I'm gonna warm up, man.
Alright.
Enjoy your workout, yeah?
You too. Okay. This one. You know, I have had that shit almost fall on me before. Okay, cool. He is in today. Reese. He is in today, actually.
What's that?
Mr. Legs, he's in.
What?
Mr. Legs, Paul, he's in.
Hey. Oh yeah, no, I saw.
Damn. Archie go earlier then?
What's that?
Archie went earlier.
I'm not too sure, being honest, man. I know he went out to drinks today, so.
Damn. Okay, let's get this. Okay, this is higher than normal, but we can try it out. Damn, the abs on this. And that feels like working abs like a lot more than the actual lats there, so that feels kind of bad, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, I feel like this exercise is a little bit of a hit or miss, you know? It's like, if you get in the right position, you get the right, you know, mind-muscle connection, you feel it a lot and it is really, really good. Sometimes you just don't feel it much at all. Sometimes it just feels like it's hitting abs. Sometimes it's a mix, you know? So, yeah, not great, but when it does work, it does feel really sick, you know? Okay. I'm trying a higher weight than normal, you know, extra like 10 pounds or so. And it did feel like it was hitting abs a lot, so I guess I'll see how much it actually is hitting or not. Cool. Let's go. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit just because, yeah, I'm not trying to do that again and get cooked by abs. You know, I was cleaning out my phone because I don't know why every single damn iPhone I get, I don't know why. I don't know if it's an iPhone thing or just a me thing, but I've only had this phone for maybe like 2 or 3 months most. And what actually happens is freaking, I don't know why, but every time it just, my charging port just stops working. I have no clue why, but what happens is, I think it's a dust sort of buildup that just sort of like gets into the crevice of the port, and it just, I don't know, it just stops working. I guess get clogged up by the dust or whatever. My sister, you know, has twice now taken it out just to get it work again. You know, back on my old phone and now this one, and it's working a little bit better. But I don't know. I feel like maybe this phone maybe became like a little faulty, a little bit disadvantaged, because with this one, it didn't even click from the start. Like, you know, when you put in the charging port to the phone, it like normally makes like a click, you know? This one doesn't even click. It's just like, I could like pull it out with the lightest touch, you know? So just, I feel like I came even more disadvantaged with this one, man. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I thought maybe at first I was doing I was like putting it in too hard, taking it out roughly, like messing up the actual port. But I have no idea, but it just keeps doing it with like every phone. Alright. A little off topic, but it's all good. Try both. All right. Had some momentum, that one, I bet. Okay. Hey, decent. Hey, main event now. We've got deadlifting to do. So we will take you guys with me for a sec. Anyways, so this is the one we need to hit. This is the one that I'm actually gassed for. So I'm gonna try, see how it actually goes. Hopefully it goes well. Go. Okay, we have all the blue here, which is actually pretty nice. Cool. So warm. So we're just gonna put these down. Make sure we get it in. I feel like the triceps are actually, obviously I can't see them right now, but I just feel that they're very tense. It's pretty nice. I need a bench. BRB, guys. What the fuck? Well, that's normal. It's the wrong way around, but oh well. Double check everything is working over here. You're good. You're a little bit low, but all good. Hell no, bro. It's even enough. They always just get like sort of stuck. Okay. Not too much to say. I felt alright. I'm gonna have to go us to what, 120? That's 2 of these and 2 times, okay. Okay, let's go. I had the red ones, that was nice. What might be a bit better if I do these weights first, maybe. Okay, 40, 60. Okay, 40, 60. 80, 100. Okay. I do this with my phone and stuff. Trying to get my shit. That's not. I did a bit of it. That's half the workout, man. It's always like that. Ends up taking a lot on my lower back. Just moving away, to be honest with me. Is there a you guys about that? I don't know. Moving the weight that, you know, adds a little bit of fatigue to the exercise. Messes up for me a little bit, but yeah. I'm gonna try and increase the rest time we're doing. Normally, our rest times are shorter, but definitely full body exercise. Gotta keep it longer. What's up?
Is that you, yeah?
This isn't my. I know, dude. My max is like 150, so it's a bit bigger than 3 plates. Yeah. These are I'm gonna be doing. You wanna try it? No, deadlifting, I love it, dude. It's awesome. It's the only one of the big three that I do. It's the only one of the big three that I do. You know, bench press, squats, and deadlifts.
Yeah.
So I want to have at least. Yeah. This is gonna be trying to rep it for 5. It was Paul who told me to. He gave me a little schedule to try and improve my max, because my max is 150, and I'm trying to improve it. And he said basically for week 1, you do like, I think it's 85% of your max, and then week 2 is 90, and then week 3 you try and go up 5 kg from your max and you try it. But yeah, it's nice. You should give it a shot. It's nice. Okay, let's try it. Give me a song, man. Just don't even know. Let's go. Da, 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 da. A little bit more. No. What even just happened there? Oh, I think I fell off the bench from the bang. 4, really? What's up with that? Oh well. Okay. Copy. We have to wait ages to reset, man. Wow. Oh, yeah. I feel like I was getting some damn acid reflux from that crap, man. Felt it come up, that's why I sound like choking. That's why I need to get some more water, but mad. Okay. Double check everything is going smoothly there. Um, Yeah, let's give it a shot now. I gotta find a song, man. Fuck the grip. We did better than last time, it's just the fucking grip messed me up. Stronger though, that's good. Deadlifting will give you some of these though.
What?
I said deadlifting will give you these though. Unless you wear like gloves or something like that, but you need a lot of like grip.
I used to use gardening gloves, are really good for it. Not gardening gloves, there is some stuff like TikTok shop products and they literally tear just there.
Does it have like good grip
Like,
though?
like a little thing here.
Oh wait, I think I've seen like that. Okay.
They're pretty decent. I use them before. It's a clutch bro. And I feel like it really helps with heavier weights. Do you know what I mean? When you're trying to get your PBs and stuff. It's like,
I normally
especially when you work and stuff. Like that's why I used to use gardening gloves and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I use it on the ropes and stuff. Because I'll be in the kitchen. That shit will fucking burn man.
it does, yeah. Sour stuff especially, yeah.
It's too much.
It's mad. You good?
What?
You need help or something? Do you need help? Yeah, you can get your ass up.
Be here, but I got to get myself out of the situation. No, you can't let me get myself out. You can't
Okay,
let me
okay,
get myself
okay,
out.
fine.
It's only right.
I have to let you suffer, I guess.
Myself in this situation.
Come on, come on!
Oh, my triceps are dying on me. I was way too hard. Did a few different things, added to my tricep work. I did skull crushes and a...
Skull crushers screw you up, man. I
Bro,
can't lie.
that was killer. I was like, mate, this is blessed with a higher weight and everything. I was like, that's good. The next day I was like...
Next time, what's it? Do you do it with a bar or do you do it with dumbbells?
I did it with the dumbbells.
Same, I do it with dumbbells. Do you
Yeah,
do
that's
one?
what you did
Do you do
the
one?
other
Or two? I do two.
2 dumbbells.
Yeah, like this.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I do one. What I do is Yeah, I'll show you.
Go on, go on, go on. Because I got like a super mad set for that.
So like, how do I do it? Yeah, hold it like this, cross my arms. Like this. And get right down and...
Standing up?
No, sit down on a bench. Right, and on a bench, you put it over the edge of the bench.
You sure they're skull crushers?
I'm not sure.
Because like skull crushers, you're like lying down.
Yes, yes, yes. I did it sitting up though, I preferred it sitting up. I felt sitting up was better for me. I found
So-
it more comfortable.
I mean, I'll show you the ones I do.
Because, I mean, you can see where I got their name, they're dangerous.
Yeah, no, they are. They definitely are. And the way I do it is even more dangerous.
You did too.
Yeah. The way I do it is even more like diabolical. Because you can hit your head like kind of mad, the way I do it. So normal actual form, the normal actual form is like, you keep your elbows like straight,
Yeah.
like that. But I don't really do that. I do this, wait. And I sort of like, I move with the bench a little bit.
Yeah, the bench definitely moving with you, Jay.
But after you hit failure, what I like to do, right?
Drop one though, drop one. Try and do, I do, cross your hands over one. Tell me if you can, like, interlock your fingers,
Like
yeah?
that.
And then lay down, and then just the one split in the middle. And then when it's here, tight. You want to be tight.
Like that.
No, like further back, sort of like
Oh, like
down and on yourself, yeah. And
that.
then, yeah, pop, 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 and then back up slowly. That's what I saw, yeah.
Damn.
But it's really uncomfortable.
It is, eh?
My lower back is really struggling recently, bro.
Because I think you do a lot of like laying down stuff, no?
What?
You do a lot of laying down stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it's core. It is core. Because the core body is like being able to control your strength, your weight, you know?
Because like that one's a little similar, but I do this one like, I do this one standing up. It's a little bit similar. I do like this. I do like this one, which is kind of what you were doing laying down.
Yeah, this is what I did. I did that. I leaned on a bench slightly, though. And then it would go over the other bench.
But after I hit failure with those, right? This is where it gets a little dangerous on your shoulders, and if you hit your head. But this is why I don't really recommend my form. But when you hit actual failure, I go like this, back up, and then just fight it on the way down. Because you can't actually lift it back up, right? So just keep doing this until you're done. That's like beyond failure.
Yeah.
It's the only exercise that actually makes me go red in the gym, to be honest.
Yeah. I like doing that. Like, I think you saw me in the class. I'll do weird little things. I'll sort of go to the failure, and then I'll be like, okay, drop set.
Yeah, I drop set every second set. Any exercise. But with the way I do it, it allows you to go a lot higher. Like this. But this is where it also gets dangerous on your shoulders. First one's a bit mad, but you can keep going like that. So you're using a bit of momentum. But yeah. And then the failure ones look like this.
Yeah, my only tip would be get a weight on that. I would.
It sort of helps me, to be honest.
Something as simple as just.
It sort of helps me, I don't know. But the only one is like, if I go a little bit too far, I'm kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Like, you saw that first one was dodgy.
It's a fucking body crusher.
Because
I like it.
if I fall,
I think those are the most enjoyable / better workouts. The ones where it's
slightly about to like knock yourself out.
added onto it, your sensitive touch.
But it's actually
Oh, I'll ask you when I'm drinking tonight.
Okay. doing regular stretch. Hold it. I'll say, I don't know. I know I have to do something like that. Normally I do like I just do the exercise and then I just a couple reps. Yeah. I don't really stretch my chest out, to be honest. Like, I think I lost, so it's fine. Alright. Just gotta stretch them all. Keep it moving. Man, what the hell did I do? Hi. Tiring. Why does it stop? Ish. Alright. Oh, Rep Green, hey. How are you? I don't know how you managed to come in again at the same similar-ish time. But you sort of caught me again right as I'm finishing up. I've just got stretches and that's it, you know. So that's all I've got to do now. But yeah, how's your day doing? Okay. 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 Oh shit, I need my thingy, my bob. Wrong shoe to take off, this one always. Okay. I just went into someone else's locker there. Socks moment. Let's grab that. So I'll just be back in a sec. I need to change my socks. And I'll be back. This one. Sorry, I forgot to unmute. I was talking to myself for a second. But as long as I can make your day better, that's all that matters here, you know? Wait, what did you do today? My day was chill. Let me think, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I need to have everything I need to stretch. Pulled my something in my elbows earlier. This is like diabolical stretch, but yeah. I'm not super talkative while I stretch, to be honest. I sort of try and just be zen. It's like the only time I feel like in the session I'm actually just chilling, you know, like actually get to just put my head down, you know. It's like I guess I get distracted when I'm talking. I just forget to actually, you know, push with the stretches or whatever I'm doing, you know. I have like two switches, like, sorry, not two switches. I flip just between, like, I'm completely in or completely out, you know. Can't really do both. I'm just terrible at multitasking. 15 seconds. Yeah. You understand. But yeah, I can still talk, you know. It's also one of the only times I'm like properly free, really, to just, you know, chill and chat, you know. You're a really nice guy and good looking to me. Well, I appreciate that. I don't really know what to say, but thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sure you're a nice person too. Let's get back in. No, hopefully you're having a blessed day as well. I mean, I guess I'd talk about my day. So obviously it's a little bit annoying how, because obviously right now, I think I mentioned the other day, is there's work being done in my bathroom, so I can't actually shower at home. So I'm making use of that membership. I'm showering as much as I can at the gym, and so yeah, go shower after this even. But yeah, I'm making use of that. Been having some really nice gym sessions, honestly, like because I remember like before, you know, streaming was always cool, but it's now like really nice with, you know, a bit more people to like talk to, conversate with, you know, just get perspective on things, you know. So it is pretty cool, and I've sort of built, I guess, a little bit of a community in the time I go, because I go at like very late times, like, you know, like anywhere from, you know, 12 to like 4 a.m. and you sort of, because I go 6 days a week, I sort of run into the same sort of people every time I'm going, or most days. So, you know, why not conversate? Why not, you know, just get to know them a bit and, you know, talk to these people. So it is really nice. Yeah, I met some really cool people, and yeah, it's nice. It is really nice. Seems like the kind of guy who knows how to treat a woman right. Good you having good gym sessions. I mean, everyone has perspectives on, you know, how you're meant to treat a partner, you know. I'd say, I feel like, to be honest, I've had a pretty good baseline on like how to treat not even just a partner, just people in general. And I think what added to that is obviously, I think a lot of people underestimate relationships and how hard and difficult they actually are. The sort of trials you have to go through to maintain it, especially a healthy one, you know. It's very easy to go from a healthy to unhealthy relationship and things like that. But, you know, I think there's definitely awesome lessons in, I don't know why I painted like a breakup in a bad way, but there is some like, you know, good lessons in things that don't work out, you know. So that's the main thing. I feel like a lot of people walk away from relationships and they just think about the other person, and they just think, damn, you know, it's like, you know, it's all their fault, and, you know, they did this, they did that. But it's like, you weren't perfect either. It doesn't matter if they were 90% wrong and you were maybe 10% wrong, you know, in your eyes. I guess it's all perspective at the end of the day. But, you know, even if they were 90% wrong, you're 10% wrong. I'd still look at what I did wrong, you know. It's like, because that's the only thing I can control, you know. I'm not going to sit there and, you know, ridicule them and talk about everything they did wrong, because I can't change that.
Did you say you're on the second week now?
This is the end of the first week.
First week, so next week you're doing freeze and then...
Yeah, so next week I think it's 137.5.
Yeah.
For 3 reps, right?
Yeah.
And then I try the max.
And you're going to try, so your one was 150.
Yes.
You're going for 155, innit?
155. I think I'll hit it. I'll hit it.
So when you do them once, say go 150,
yeah,
warming up, go 130, 45, and then go 155 after.
Won't that burn me out a bit, no?
No, just do singles. Don't do too many reps. Like say, you know, fucking 60 for 5 reps, 80 for 5 reps, I don't know, 100 for 3, 120 for 3, and then...
But it's like, if you're doing like, say 70, 80, 120,
yeah,
wouldn't it be better to just go for the max? Because I feel like, wouldn't that just...
Say the way you mean?
Yeah, like, because like, you're sort of like warming up slowly, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be better to just like, maybe do like one warm up and then go in?
Give me an example. How
Because like, say if you're working up, say your max is...
You're going to go for 155, 155, yeah.
So if I'm going for that, you're saying do like maybe 80, do you
Yes.
then do 100 and then 120?
Yeah.
And then maybe like 145?
Yeah.
But it's
yeah.
like after that you've already done like 4.
Yeah, but it's only because it's low reps. You see me, I would do all the time. You don't, if you take 4 minutes rest, whatever you said, but it's not, because if you don't warm up, like if you think you're gonna lose energy,
Yeah.
really, it will wake up your nervous system. It
Oh,
prepares you more.
okay, no,
You
I
know
see,
what
I see, I
you
see.
think, because the way you're thinking is, oh, my muscle will be tired.
Yeah.
But remember, you're going for 1 rep. You're not going for 10 reps. So actually, we activate your mind better.
I get
That's
now,
why I do
yeah,
it,
that makes sense
If you just
actually.
go, I don't know, 100, 120, 155, it's not very here, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see, I
Give me
see.
time, yeah.
But you have to take a long rest in between, isn't?
Yeah, I mean, on the warm up, just, 3 minutes. When we finish super light, just go 3 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
When it's like, very close to this heavy, so go 5, 8 minutes. You know what I mean? Yeah, give it time, yeah.
I'll give it a try actually, yeah, thanks. He's trying to help me increase my deadlift max. Awesome guy. Funny story about that. I used to call him Mr. Legs. I still do. It's just habit now. It's like, because when I first saw the guy, he would always come in and he would just sit on like a horizontal bench and he would sit there the whole session just doing squats the whole time. I'm not even lying. I'd have an hour session or something like that. This guy squats the whole time, start to finish. I went through every single one, every single exercise, and it would be start to finish doing squats. So that's why I just started calling him Mr. Legs. Alright, I need to change my my stretch. I'm about to fall over. What was I saying? I can't remember. I was talking about something. Anyways, ugh. Bum bum bum. Hold up. All right, let's do this. Relationships. That's what I was talking about. So, trying to remember what part I was on really. I guess it was lessons, isn't it? So, yeah, you get a bunch of lessons out of failed relationships and things like that. See, the thing is, I'm sort of trying to convince my sister right now to, not to force her into a relationship, nothing like that. I just mean, be a bit more open. She's 25 right now, and she's never done, I'm not saying you have to do things because I'm a virgin myself. I'm keeping myself for marriage, and it wasn't actually even one of my values when I entered, my past relationship. It just became one, So if I lived near you, I ask you out. Crazy work. I don't know. My first relationship, I'll say first, I've only had one, but it lasted. It ran its course. A year and 8 months is how long it lasted, and it didn't end on any sort of bad terms. It's not like anyone cheated on anyone or anything like that. But yeah, I feel like my brain's going a million miles an hour because I have so much I could talk about with just all of this topic in general. Is so much. So but I feel like it's a bit overwhelming with how much I wanna, which part to even talk about, and I feel like I need some direction here. But let me finish one topic because I'm blabbing about 5 different topics at once, and I feel like that's not the move here. But anyways, I was talking about my sister, and she's 25. She hasn't done anything relationship-wise. She did say, that the closest she's been to doing anything is almost sharing a kiss, and that's cool. That's obviously good. Awesome. But she's never actually had a actual relationship, and being 25, I know there's a lot of pressure, to, especially as a girl. I feel like there's more pressure because I feel like it's a lot easier. You have a lot more guys asking you out. Doesn't mean they're the right guys, but I feel like girls do have a lot more opportunity than guys, if they really wanted, But anyways, that's a whole different topic. But anyways, so I feel like there's a lot of pressure on her, of course, but I feel like the best thing she could get out of it is straight up just the experience. And I don't mean get into a relationship just for the fun of it, just, you know, date for no reason. I'm not a big advocate of that, but, you know, be a little bit more open to things, because she's very, very picky. Like, she's talking about, like, the way she analyzes a picture and instantly says no. She's talking about, oh, this guy wears sunglasses in every photo. Like, and eliminates him. Like, that's it, you know? GG's. You know, and she showed me some of her, like, she gets DMs and all these things. It's just like she leaves them unopened or unseen because you wear sunglasses too much, or she even said, oh, I don't like his hand position in this photo, and I'm like, you don't even know this guy at all, you know? So that's crazy to me. Damn. But anyways, so I mean, I feel like she just needs to be a little bit more open, and with that, she'll get like, I think this is my last one of this one, but she'll get a lot more like experience in terms of dating itself, and or at least just experience with women, not women, what the fuck, she's a girl, with men in that, so, you know, in that setting, you know, in a more romantic setting, and it will help her. Because the thing is, can you imagine one day that, you know, the man of her dreams actually does ask her out, talk to her, whatever, all these things, but she's too, you know, immature in a relationship to really, you know, secure it or have the capacity for it, because she's maybe too too unstable and immature in a relationship, because she hasn't had the experience, you know? But yeah, it's not for the fun of it, but, you know, go in, you know, with an open mind and actually see, you know, if you like the person or not, than just, you know, I'm very picky and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty traditional in how I look at things, with my views and stuff, but anyways, let me see. I need to do this one. What's your views with things? I'll ask you a little bit of questions here. Oof. Ish. Oof. This one really like stretches the hamstrings a lot. Like a lot. Okay. Little bit of rest. I'm stretching to read this. You said no seconds in marriage. What's the most you do with a woman before that? Like just hugs or just hugs, or hugs and kisses, or what? I mean, that's a good question. I guess it gets a little bit personal, but no, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and say I'm not gonna hug someone. I'm not gonna hug you know, the woman that I love or anything like that. Kisses are fine, I think, also. You know, I think some people definitely do hold even kisses till marriage. Very, you know, disciplined thing to do, I think, for sure. You know, my views on it, it's like, the thing is, what's really hard is I'm still learning as I'm going still as well. for example, like with my ex, I don't know, I'm sort of facing the wrong way to talk, but with my ex, I wasn't religious at all. So I'm technically Hindu, and I'll explain a bit more about that in a second, but obviously with Hindu households, you're just a Hindu and you don't really get a say, you know, that's sort of how it is. But obviously, you know, my parents aren't like crazy that, you know, they would let me switch or whatever if I wanted to. There are definitely households that aren't really like that. So I'm blessed in that sense. But yeah, shit man, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so yeah, I wasn't very religious at all. I didn't have this value before. I was just like, oh yeah, I don't mind, you have sex, whatever, cool. But it was with my ex, and during that I actually developed the sort of thought of no sex before marriage. It was because she had that value herself. She was Christian, Catholic, and she's the one who, you know, upheld and had that value. And it was something I was like, oh come on man, you know, like I don't really like that, you know. I wanna be able to do that, not until we get married or whatever, you know. And that was how I was, and I think it was during that I started seeing the I don't know how to fucking word, but the niceness, you know, the beauty in keeping yourself and waiting till marriage, because it is a beautiful thing. I think, you know, it's like, it's the most, I feel like one of the most, I'm not saying the most, because I think there is something more beautiful than that, and I'd say that would be children, but it is one of the most beautiful things you can give your partner. You're showing them that they mean that much to you, that you know, you withheld and you were disciplined, and they get to have that special part of you that no one else has ever had, you know. And I feel like that's the type of like you know, love that is really nice, and you know, I think it definitely is beautiful. So yeah, I think it is nice. And what actually happened towards the end of the relationship is she wasn't really upholding it anymore, and it was more so through saying things like, oh well, we're gonna get married anyways, and all these sorts of things. And I was the one eventually upholding the value, saying no, you know, and I was saying no, we can't, and you know, I wasn't gonna let that happen. So it became me upholding the value, and it's pretty funny because I was the one who didn't even have the value in the first place, and when things towards the end of the relationship, I was the one upholding it. But yeah, that's what I mean. You learn a bunch of different things from relationships, and that's just a minuscule, tiny little one thing, you know. And I feel like I got closer to God during the course of my you know, relationship with my ex, and that's where I feel like my faith and my connection with God grew stronger, especially through the heartbreak. And something I think in the Bible it does say is that, you know, God is close to the brokenhearted, and obviously there was a point where I was definitely brokenhearted in it, and that's where I feel like I found God the most. That's where the most development happened with me, is when I was going through, you know, a lot of down periods in the relationship. But I'm not gonna sit here and say like our relationship sucked, you know. Like the relationship was amazing. It was just the last 3 months that was the main suffering for me, I'd say. I don't know, it's like, I don't know how in depth to get on stream, but yeah, it is, you learn a lot from relationships, and yeah man, it is, yeah man, I said man, but let's get into the next stretch, let's see. Oh yeah, so we have to do one more of these. My bad, it's I'm a little bit jumbled when I start speaking on topic, because I have a lot to say, but I don't really know how to fucking structure it. I just start yapping about 5 different topics, and then I don't even finish one topic, and I just, you know, I don't know what is wrong with my brain. I understand what you're saying. Awesome. But yeah, I currently I'm a lot closer to Christianity than Hinduism right now, but I've made it, you know, a thing in my head where I'm not gonna switch until I have read both the Bhagavad Gita, which is, I guess, what you would call the Bible of Hinduism, and obviously the Bible itself. I want to read both of them because I want to ground myself in my, you know, the religion I am a part of right now, before I start reading anything else, you know. So I really want to know, obviously, the real ins and outs of both, before I make any giant decision, because it's not a decision you really are going to be coming back from. So you want to be well informed before you do something like that. So yeah, that's where it stands right now. I really do like, you know, like the traditions and things in Hinduism, but more from a cultural sense, you know. It's like, if you've ever seen like Indians, they have, you know, normally like on their right hand they'll have like, the guys, they'll have like a bunch of bracelets. I'm obviously down to 1 right now, and the reason for that is they have a tradition where I think it's normally in August that the sisters, and we sort of call our cousins sisters as well. They're like cousin sisters, if you get what I mean. And they basically will tie you what's called a rakli, which is what these bracelets are called, on a day called Raksha Bandhan, or Raksha Bandhan. And it's basically a blessing from your sisters and cousin sisters for the year ahead. And the scam of it is we have to pay like £5, £10 for each rakli, except you can actually get a pack of those for like £5. So diabolical, you know, the sisters will get rich on that day. But yeah, it is nice, you know, and they bless you and everything, and you know, there's certain things that I do obviously love about it, and you know, that is really nice. Also just culture, you know, like music. I love Indian music, it's awesome. If you know what the Indian drum is, like the dole, that is so amazing. That I've never experienced anything as cool as that. It is such a vibe when they do play it. So it is just really nice. So I feel like culturally it's not something I would really leave behind. And even like, obviously being born Hindu and everything, there's certain things that obviously Hindus do, sort of like how Muslims don't eat pork, Hindus don't eat beef, because one of the gods has a pet cow, and it would be like disrespecting that god and the cow, you know, it's like holy. And I've seen YouTube videos on it. It is really nice. It is awesome, yeah. Culture and you know, Indians' culture, India, the culture is really nice, you know. But obviously I don't live in India. I've actually, you know what's crazy, I'm Indian, but I've never been to India. The reason for that is because I don't really have much family in India. All I know about my origins of India is we come from a village called Lador, and that's all I really know. And I've never been there because all of my family are actually in Africa, in Zimbabwe. I've been twice, and yeah, they're all there. Just if you go far back enough, then yeah, obviously I'm Indian. But yeah, they were in Zimbabwe, and what's cool about it is because it's so hot there is they're just a completely different color to me. They're a lot darker. But yeah, it is nice. So my mum is from Kenya and my dad is from Zimbabwe, so both Africa. You wouldn't expect that from, I guess, an Indian, but yeah, fun fact. Okay, I need to do my balancing. Okay.
I think I mastered that little 2 kick.
What, the roundhouse? Yeah?
1, 2, yeah.
Let's see, let's see.
But I was doing it wrong, so I started, well, I think I was making hard. I go like this, and that.
Yeah.
Too much strength and power and extension. And the second one, they'll catch it.
The way we were taught is, it's a body and head shot. That's what we were taught, yeah.
Do like this.
Oh, you mean your combo?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do it again.
It's looking nice. It's looking a lot more like technique, you know?
The first one, head kick, disorient, body.
Okay.
As soon as their head's hit, boom, then body. And I've also been working on my fakes.
Oh shit, you doing without the gloves now as well?
Just trying to be working on that, so that fake on the knee, won't touch you or anything.
Yeah.
Guard it as if we were like sparring.
Okay.
Boom. Guard yourself. You don't know my knee's coming.
Fuck
You know?
man. Okay, yeah.
As soon as I step that up, you're like,
I've got both things to focus on already now, yeah.
You're now here, aren't you? Getting ready to lower your guard.
Yeah.
Bang.
And then you move that out of the way,
Yeah.
okay.
You're allowed to just bang. If not, I wanted to see, can I get a kick in there? Because this is a common thing you'll do, checking the kick, because of your shin.
Yeah.
Check the kick so you don't break the leg. So like a sneaky little kick in there.
Okay.
So like going like this, bang,
Okay.
straight away, because then you're checking that kick.
Yeah, so like a lot of faking and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting better at fucking.
That's the thing, yeah, kicks are like really nice. You get better when you do them more consistently.
Yeah.
With the balance and then all of that.
Like, I was really terrible at this one because I kept doing this, turning my body. But it's more of a curve. It's like a hook kick. Do you know what I mean? So I put. You can also see it turn your head.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you do spinnings, you have to like, you have to make sure you figure out where your actual target is halfway during the spin. Mad. I want a guy who is nice, sweet, loving, okay with muscles, with your muscles, okay holding hands and likes to have fun, but nothing crazy. I mean, that's all good, but I feel like, no, you just, obviously, yeah, you don't want anything crazy, but you want to have like more, I don't know, I feel like a bit more things in place, you know, a bit more like boundaries. I'm sure you do have, like, you know, I don't think you have to put, oh, don't cheat on the list to have it, but I I'm pretty specific with most things I want. Obviously, it's not textbook like that. When you meet someone, not everyone's gonna meet your boundaries. Not everyone's gonna meet exactly your, you know, perfect. This is what you want. But I feel like that's the best chance you have, and it's not in dating. You're never gonna have 100% chance you're gonna find someone amazing, you know, and hits every box. There's no 100% guarantee. That's how I found my ex. I was very, you know, like I was very like strategic about, you know, this every sort of value and everything, and it still failed. So that's what I mean. There is no 100% guarantee. The best thing you can do is to have values good enough that it protects you from what you don't want, you know. It protects you from the cheating, you know. It protects you from, you know, disloyal behavior or anything like that. And when you have that, it's still not a guarantee, because you can use certain things like, oh, the girl, you know, dressed respectfully and all these sorts of things, but that doesn't mean she's incapable of cheating. She still is. It's just maybe there's less chance because maybe she's less validated in terms of how she dresses, things like that, you know. There's just less chance. You can't completely eliminate. And in terms of a guy's perspective, I don't really look from a guy's perspective because obviously I'm not a girl, so I don't really look that way, but I'm sure there's equivalents and things like that that you want to look out for. You want to make sure aren't red flags and things like that. I'm trying to think of a guy equivalent. You know, a guy who's on his mission, you know, I feel like is something a girl might look for, because, you know, you don't use these as complete cues, but it's like, you know, if he's dedicated to what he's doing, if he's consistent, he's also going to have maybe some of these other good values, you know. He's going to have discipline in other areas of his life. He's going to be, you know, maybe kind if he you know, watches a bunch of things that you know, maybe are like very, I think that's the stupidest thing I said. He might be very kind if he is you know, religious, possibly, because religious, you know, means you have a discipline in your life, you know. You have something you are abiding to, or you have a higher power you're sort of worshipping or whatnot. So that there's more chance that they're gonna be a bit more of a, I'm not gonna say better person, because I'm not gonna sit here and say people are better than others, but like, you know, more aligned for you is what I'd say. Make sure he's not a player. Yeah, there you go. I don't know, like those sort of things for me, I just I just can't even now. Maybe before I could, but like now I can't even joke about those sort of areas. Just there's a part of me that just doesn't allow it, you know. It's just it's bad, you know. It's like if a guy comes up to me and starts talking about, you know, some girl's cleavage or boobs or whatever, I'm just like, I find it very hard to like fake a smile like that, you know. It's like, I'm just like, yeah man, fair enough. So I can't, it just doesn't work with me much. Anyways, that guy was Reese. He's a really cool guy. I met him technically a couple months ago. I just haven't, maybe like 2 months ago, but I haven't been able to, like, you know, talk to him as much because he hasn't come in until recently, a couple sessions. So he's cool. Yesterday we were doing bag work and stuff, and, you know, giving each other some tips, and, you know, really cool, really cool. He's nice guy. But yeah, let's do one more of these. Maybe I'll do a little bit of extra stretching, just keep the conversation going, just because it is pretty fun to talk about these things. These are my favorite things to talk about because it's the things that actually develop you as a person. You know, it's always nice to joke around. It's always nice to, you know, have whatever, you know, you're talking about, but these conversations, I feel like they're essential, you know. Because if you're never talking about it, then it's like, you know, how are you really gonna grow? Don't know why, I feel like putting my hand on my leg somehow balances me better. Okay. I don't really know any other stretches because I'm fairly new to stretching. I never really used to do it. It's only recently that I started because I wanted to get my kicks higher. Could pick you up and have you near me. I don't know if you could pick me up, I don't know. I don't know how tall you are or how much you weigh or anything, to be honest. But yeah, mad. Trying to, you know, I'm quite a small guy to be honest. I'm 5'6", but you know, that's actually something I used to be hella insecure about my height. You going, man?
Yeah, I'm off broski.
All right, man. You in tomorrow or anything?
Really depends how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to rest day, so I can go hard on the big box like Monday, Tuesday, I might.
I'm looking forward to Monday, man. It's the fucking only rest day I get. Alright.
Archie's coming Sunday, so.
Yeah, he said that. He said that actually, yeah.
So he's coming for my rest day.
That's calm. He said he was changing his shifts and stuff.
Yeah, his shifts are getting blessed with shit. But as he should, he's fucking, he works his arse off, man. He's a really good worker. Been in the company for a while. He deserves a bit of loyalty, do you know what I mean? Well,
Some of the good blessing back.
right.
Alright.
Love, brother.
See, the knuckles are coming now. The knuckles are coming.
Today.
So the knuckles are coming now.
What?
The knuckles, they're good now. You've been doing a bit without it, isn't?
Yeah. I don't normally do bare knuckle anymore.
Is this your first time?
No. I've done bare knuckle before. Look, I got all cut up and stuff, and like in the kitchen, it just doesn't work. It's a
Oh
fucking pain, it's
yes,
hassle.
if you're in the kitchen, man, that's rough.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Put it under heat, it's like really nice. Like, what do I do?
Yeah, like it burns basically, yeah.
Yeah. But so I got wraps and stuff. But yeah, sometimes I do it. Sometimes all the wraps are fucking so long, man.
It is.
They're back together. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's like chucking on the gloves now. It's just quicker, easier, and it doesn't hurt the knuckles as much. But that's
I guess
what
I'm lucky in
bare
that-
Knuckle teaches you. You can hurt yourself more than you hurt someone else when you're punching.
Yeah, you really
You
can.
don't know how to, you know.
Because the thing is, when I first started doing it, dude, I was getting like fucking, it just shoots through you, man.
Yeah.
When you do it wrong.
Yeah. Fucking hurts.
And if it rebounds you and you're not prepared for it, fuck
Wrist,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's what I done my first time. I got my wrist. It's not too bad, like, and you can also understand the damage of the wrist, understand how to throw the punch, then you can manipulate it to your knuckles, you know. Like some people fucking do horrible shit, like this is very.
That dude, you'll just break them at that point, dude. If you do some shit like this,
What?
if you do some stuff like this, you're just gonna break it.
Nah, bro, you don't even understand. That will fucking hurt someone. That will hurt someone. You think to their muscle in their cheek, it's like, just do that, bro.
You know, I think I heard
Push like that. Do it yourself. I don't want to do it to you because I don't know how it feels to you. But like, I fucking
if you hit the button, then yeah.
yeah, you can really hurt someone.
No, I
They
think
do,
I.
they do disgusting stuff like that. Yeah, you'll
Lord.
scrape up your finger. They do fucking. conditioning to
That's
their
you know what?
knuckles and
That's
skins.
the sort of stuff that's where you cut people.
Yeah.
No, but I think I heard it's like if you do hit somewhere around the jaw, that is like, I think jaw is where you would actually knock people out. I think that's where it is. Because I think it's something, it's something to do with like how fast your head moves and your ears getting disbalanced and shit.
Yeah.
And that's what creates the
It's
knockout.
like, you know when you get dizzy, it's like
Yeah.
water. When it's like water, so you're disoriented. Your body's like, what's going on? I need to go to the floor.
Mm.
It's like a safety net. That's what your body would do. It's like, how can I cause the most damage if I can't move? Boom, to the floor.
That's where you get dizzy or you just get knocked out. That's it.
Yeah.
So if I was ever to like actually do shit, I'll try to avoid that, to be honest. 5'5". Very cool. Very cool. So I'm a little bit taller. I'm like 5'6". See ya, man. No, yeah, I was saying I was really insecure about my height when I was younger. I would try and do absolutely everything because I already knew like I was gonna be maybe short because my dad's 5'4". I have a really small family, to be honest. I'm the tallest. Yeah, my dad's 5'4", and my mum is 4'9". So I knew I was cooked with the genetics from the start. 188 pounds, 85.3 kg solid muscle. That's crazy. What the hell? That is a madness. That is 85. What the fuck? 85 lean is ridiculous. What the hell? Anyways, what was I saying? That's like a proper like muscle mummy, man. Damn. Anyways, yeah, I used to try and do everything. I remember in secondary school. I don't know if you guys call it. I think you guys call it middle school or something like that. No, not middle. High school. You guys call it high school, I think, though. And I remember I had this friend called Jack, and he grew to like 6 foot something, like really quickly. You know, like in like year 9. And I actually started copying the food he was eating. Like I remember he would always come in with his packed lunch, and I noticed he would always be eating like kiwi that his mum packed for him, and I started trying to actually bring kiwi myself, thinking maybe I'll grow as well. And you know, I tried everything, you know, extra milk, stretches, all that sort of stuff. I don't really ever do hanging, but I tried stretches and all that stuff. But I don't know, eventually I think it sort of just, you know, went, you know, it's like, because all of my friends were just taller than me, like all of them. I was never really taller or even the same height as any of my friends. I just had tall friends. Like there's this guy called Rick, he's 6'3". Arthur, he's like 6, probably, I know him, I think he's 6'3". Lewis, he was 6 foot. Ed, my best friend, 5'8", and then I'm 5'6". Jack was like 6'2". So all of them were just fucking ginormous. So I just got used to it, you know. I was like, whatever, you know. Look good and your height is good. Well, I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. But yeah, you know, they were all taller, so I just got used to it, and then eventually the sadness about it sort of died down. But yeah, no, my family is really short. Like I said, my dad's 5'4". My mum is 4'9". I'll start with the guys actually, because I have 2 sisters, I have a brother, and obviously mum and dad, and then there's obviously me. So guys wise, I'm the tallest, 5'6", and then my dad is 5'4", and then my brother is 5'5", so I'm just a little bit taller than my brother, about an inch. And then the girls is where it gets crazy and how short it really gets, because at that point you're just classifying as a dwarf. So yeah, who's the tallest? So they're all older than me, I'm the youngest. So my sister, who's older than me but younger than my other one, if that makes sense, she's 5 foot. And then my other sister, actually I'm gonna do her last because she's the shortest. My mum is 4'9", and then my elder sister is 4'7". Could be taller, but you fit. I mean, you know what I really dislike is a lot of people, they'll say things like, oh, but you know, you're short, and you know, you build muscle super quick, or you just, you know, you touch a dumbbell. You know, there's those memes, you touch a dumbbell and you just get huge or whatever. But it's so far from the truth. It does not happen like that, you know. You don't touch a dumbbell and just gain muscle like crazy. It's just not how it works. No, yeah, that's just not how it works. But you know, some people sort of discredit like that. It's a little bit vexing, but it's like rage bait. But yeah, I don't know what sort of stretches to do. I'm sort of just sitting here talking at this point. You know what I could do? I could do something like this. I don't like it because I've said like that, slip a little bit. Do some shit like this. Maybe that's not good. Let's try that. That actually feels kind of nice. These makeshift stretches at this point, but yeah. Yeah, if that was the case, yeah, but, you know, you'd have everyone who's muscular and shit. No, yeah. Everyone would be muscular at that point. No, but eventually I started appreciating my height and just liking it. You know, like I wouldn't really have it any other way. I don't really think like, oh, you know, if I was 6 foot and this and that. I mean, honestly, if I was like, I was 6 foot and that, I think it would just be a bit too OP. They might have to nerf me at that point, you know. I don't know if it would even be fair at that point, but I'm joking. Anyways. Yeah, I stopped sort of like thinking about it, and I was just like, well, you know, this is what I've been given. You know, everyone's dealt different cards, and you just got to make the most of whatever situation or genetics you have and everything, you know. And these are my genetics. Lifting the different conversations, I guess, right? We're having. Yeah, I don't know. I flip a lot through this. I talk about a bunch of different things. Oh yeah, it's a nice talk. It's chill, you know. But yeah, dope. But yeah, I started really liking it. I started thinking like, well, I really wanted to spar my friend Rick because he's 6'3", obviously, and that seems like a death sentence because of the weight difference. He's also like 150 kg plus, so like diabolical. But it's like, if I can beat him in a fight, I can beat most people at that point. Not everyone, but most people. So yeah, pretty diabolical that is. That's what I was sort of aiming for and wanted to try and, you know, test myself and stuff. But we sort of, I guess, I don't know, I called him like a brother, right? And so I have my best friend, Ed. He's my brother, and he has actually also this keyring here. He said the necklace was too cringe to wear, so he has that. I recently, not recently, but like maybe like 3 months ago, gave one to Rick. You know, I thought, you know, he should have one, but then stuff happened where basically, you know, I was holding him accountable for something. Try not to. I needed to fart. It went away, it's fine. But yeah, with him, he was just having we were having a lot of issues with communication because I was trying to get this streaming thing going, you know, like I was meant to stream with him and all that sort of stuff, and we were like, you know, partners. And he just wasn't very consistent with it as much, and not only that, his communication with me, you know, his partner was just not very good, and so I held him a bit more accountable. I can't be a little bit brutal. Obviously, I do it out of love, but the first time, I'll be honest, I wasn't the nicest. I'm not saying I was insulting him or anything, but I was a little bit more blunt, you know. The second time, I was very nice, you know. I feel like I didn't do anything wrong. But basically, he's the type of guy where he would have a lot of very big coincidences happen in his life. Like, for example, his nan went into a coma. His nan, not his nan, sorry, his mum went into a coma. His mum had a heart attack. His mum was having heart issues, and then his brother had some sort of issues, and then it all happening in a very quick succession, and it seemed almost unbelievable. And because communication was so bad, it just made me feel like he was lying a lot of the time, because it just didn't make sense, certain things he would say. Like, I know how a hospital works because my mum is in and out of hospital fairly often. So I know how they sort of operate, and he would say things like, oh, I'm with my nan, and they're using me as a translator. No, not his nan, sorry, his mum. Keep mixing that up. So his mum doesn't really speak very good English, and obviously they're, I guess, trying to translate through Rick, but a hospital doesn't really operate by calling, the son. They don't call the son constantly random hours of the day to translate things for the mum. They would have someone who can, you know, translate on site. You know, it's a hospital, they're professional, they're not going to be doing things like that. So, let me read what you're saying, sorry. Let me know if anything you want to tell me, anything, I won't judge. Sorry, should have said if anything you want to tell me. No, I saw the message. You said it twice. But yeah, I don't know, I'm talking, I'm just trying to think of like the line, because I don't want to like, there's different levels to like when I'm talking. I'm trying to like honor him by not talking bad behind his back and things like that. I feel like it's a little bit sad because I don't think that's maybe reciprocated as much in the brotherhood I thought we had. But that's why I'm trying to honor him, even though maybe he's not honoring me right now. But yeah, so I'm trying to like measure. That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to measure what I'm actually saying, so that it doesn't come out in a resentful, hateful way, you know. So that's why it's a little bit mad on the head. But yeah, so obviously I know how the hospitals work and stuff. They don't use translators like that. They don't like call the son of the, you know, patient to translate things. You know, they would have Google Translate. They would have someone on site who maybe speaks their language, things like that. It doesn't really work like that. And he was saying he was getting calls and he was having to do paperwork and this and that. I can understand maybe helping with paperwork, but they don't make you do signatures and stuff like that. So what he was saying just seemed like, you know, like you think like, okay, well, I don't want to think this of my friend, but it also is like sus, you know. So yeah, I was taking a lot of it, and I was just like, come on, man, you know, just talk to me, you know, at least one message or this and that, you know. I'll try and keep some level of communication. And then eventually it got to the point where I went to his house. So he said his mum went into a coma, right? I went to his house and his mum was perfectly fine sitting on the chair and actually asked, how are you, you know? So if the last thing I heard is your mum's in a coma in hospital, and then I go to his house to meet him and then his mum's completely fine, and it's like, oh, so you didn't really tell me your mum came out of the coma and came home. You know, I'm having to fill in the blanks there, and it's just like, you know, like, she seems perfectly fine. It's like, you know, but obviously I'm trying to trust and all that. And that's when I basically, you know, started saying like, yeah, maybe you're exaggerating certain things, and maybe, you know, certain things may not be happening exactly how you're saying them. So I was sort of trying to like break the barrier and telling him that, like, look, man, you know, it's like, tell me the truth. I'm not gonna judge you, you know, it's just tell me what actually is happening. And yeah, so I talked about his communication, all that, and he apologized, said he would have better communication, all that sort of stuff. That was the day actually I went to his house. The reason I was going to his house because I was setting something up for his streaming. I set up a bunch of stuff for his streaming, and then I was also installing RAM into his PC because I was giving him some of the old RAM I used. So I took it out my PC and put it in his. He didn't know how to like install it and stuff, so I came to his house to help him. But yeah, so that's the reason I was going to the house, and then I saw his mom, and I was like, what the heck? But yeah, you know, like, I guess we made up on that day or whatnot, and yeah, it was. Hopefully he's better with you. Well, we don't talk right now. We haven't talked in 12 plus weeks, to be honest, but yeah, so anyways, so that happened, and then we ran into another altercation, this time on text, and he's very, I feel like, avoidant, where he will try and avoid problems, and he will try and just sort of run away from them and not really confront them. And the more you push, the more they pull and things like that. So, or pull away, and that's sort of how I am. I like to fix things on the spot. I don't like to sit there and wait. And so it was just a bad dynamic, and he. How this happened was I confronted him on communication again, saying, maybe he was exaggerating things, and then he took it obviously badly. He thought, well, he's accusing me of lying, and this is such a sensitive topic. I can't really press. I can't really be like, you're lying. I can't really sit there and accuse him of these things because it's such a sensitive topic. It's about his mum's health, and not even just regular health. A very like fatal sort of health, where the things he's talking about are fatal. Heart attacks, comas. You can die from that stuff. I know people like that. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like I don't know what sort of fucking attraction I am like gravitating like these people towards me, but everyone I seem to talk to seems to be like avoidant. Anyways, so yeah, I confronted him on that, told him all that. He didn't take it very well, and I was more blunt on it, so I'll take the accountability there for sure. Wasn't the best way to say it. And yeah, so we stopped talking for 3 weeks at that point, and the only reason we started talking again is because Ed actually sort of talked to us separately, got both sides of the story, and then nudged us to talk to each other, mainly Rick, because he was the one that was like, I guess, more against talking with me, or more like, because the thing is, during this 3 weeks, I thought I had a duty to him, and obviously I did. As a brother, that's what I thought, I'd do. We were meant to treat each other like family if we're brothers like that. He's not actually my brother, like it's not blood, but it's like, through friendship. And I called him 27 times during that, and I texted him multiple times, and he just never answered any of it in the 3 weeks. And that's when Ed got involved, and he spoke to Rick, and then I guess opened his mind to, I guess, talking to me or whatever. Rick did say he had intention to talk to me, but it's like, I don't know exactly how much I believe that, because even when Ed said, he'll talk to you in the next few days or whatever, I went onto one of his streams and just broke the ice. I started talking on his stream, and then he actually conversated with me and stuff, and we started talking, and then we had a Discord call about the issue or whatnot, and we resolved it or whatnot, got each other's sides of views and perspectives and how we saw things and things like that. And I thought we squashed it. I thought we, sorted it out. Then maybe a few weeks later, his communication is the same, pretty bad, and I confront him this time, but incredibly nicely. Like, I tell him, look, I understand you have family issues, I understand you have, things going on, and you have a very fast-paced environment at home, certain things are happening, all this. So I'm very nice about it, and I say, look, it would be nice if you, could, shoot me a message every now and then to keep me updated and things like that. I was very nice about it, and because I didn't want to do it like last time. And he just hit me with this message. He said, I'm not doing this again. So I guess he had resentment underneath all of the, things I thought we squashed. So he had resentment then because, he clearly was still bothered to say something like that. And that's when I said, all right, that's fine. Because I wasn't going to deal with this again. I wasn't about to disrespect myself. When he's the one who's literally not messaging me, when I called him 27 times and, messaged him, and it wasn't just all at once as well. I did a lot of it at, the first, the start and things, but I even waited a week at one point just to be like, all right, maybe he needs to cool off, you know. And I still called him, still nothing, still no messaging back, nothing. So I'm not about to disrespect myself again and, you know, go through that same thing when he is just taking advantage of, you know, the fact that I am, you know, reaching out, that I am trying to mend things and all that sort of stuff. So that's when I respect myself, and I just say, well, that's fine. Just I do have a little bit of sass with it. I do say, just don't pretend to say sorry when it happens again, because, you know, I'm not really gonna take that. You know, you say sorry, like what's the point of you saying sorry if it's just gonna happen again and again and again? Like, just don't say that. And I said, well, if you want to talk, you have my number. And he left that. He just left it there, and so I did leave it open. It wasn't like I cut him off or anything like that. I said, just, you know, if you have my, if you want to talk, you have my number, and that's it. We haven't talked in like 12 weeks or something. Yeah, and I just had to respect myself, and I'm not someone. I'm someone who really does overstep, like, in trying to sort of, it's not really an equal energy. Like, if you think about it, a lot of the times things like this happen, I am the one, like, even when it was more so his duty to message me, because I had already done my part in messaging so many times. It was his duty to message me. I'm still the one who broke the ice, you know. So, you know, I really do, like, do the extra, go above and beyond, and I feel like he was taking advantage of that for sure. And yeah, so I did something I don't often do, and he probably took it as finality, because when I didn't do it, because he probably thought, oh, you know, after a few weeks he'll message or whatever, and when I didn't do it, I guess he took it as like a finality, man's done with me sort of thing. And he basically went over to someone we had basically stopped talking to, this guy called Sam from work. We had stopped talking to him because he was just obsessed only with, like, games and things, and he just wasn't really progressing with life at all. Like, wasn't even trying in any other aspect of life. Like, it was just bad, you know. Like, he would wake up at 4 p.m. He would, you know, he's not really, like, taking care of himself hygiene wise, I don't think, you know. No, just really going with the flow, like, no goals, nothing. So we stopped talking to him or whatnot, and this was a decision we made together, Rick, Ed and I, for the most part. Ed did say he was going to keep a little bit of contact, but obviously not trust him as a friend, because that type of person is very just unreliable when putting responsibility in their hands. But yeah, and he went back to that person 2 weeks after we stopped talking. So yeah, I found that kind of like, damn, you know, it's like we made that decision to not talk to that guy, or well, not talk to him, but like not, you know, associate on a big friendship level with him. And he started actually telling this Sam guy about our whole situation, saying, you know, we had a big falling out. And the thing is, I'm sitting here not telling anyone about it. I hadn't told anyone about it. I had kept it to myself. I didn't mention to anyone at work, and literally no one. I didn't go to anyone or anything like that. I kept it to myself. I protected this thing, you know, between us, and I kept it between us. And yeah, I didn't really say anything, and I felt like that was quite rough that he did that. And then not only that, you know, painting it in the way that, you know, I was done with him, because I wasn't. I thought, you know, we were eventually gonna, you know, reconnect and sort things out, but he really took it as GG's, you know. And, you know, I'm sitting there, you know, every day, I'm praying about him, his well-being, and that also the things work out with us, you know. And then that's what he does, so, you know, it kind of hit me. But yeah, and even to this day, I am still, you know, saying to myself in prayer that, you know, I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna stay still. You know, if he does value me, he will message. You know, if he doesn't, then unfortunately, I guess that's gonna be the end of it. You know, but you know, I can't sit here and disrespect myself, you know, forever, you know. There has to be a limit, and I think I hit my limit with it, because I messaged a lot, and I did a lot, you know. But again, there's two sides to the coin. It's just sad that certain things get destroyed through ego, through pride, through just through people just being stubborn, you know. It's like, to an extent, you know, obviously there's my view and there's his view. His view would be maybe, actually I'll start with my view. So my view is, obviously I reached out last time. I did a lot of the heavy lifting to mend things last time. And, you know, calling someone 27 times is quite the task, I can't lie. So, and not to mention I messaged over 10 times, and spaced out as well. And he, you know, I just felt like he was not treating me like family, you know, just not messaging. Because he was posting to his story, he was doing all these things. It's not like he went off the grid or like something happened to him, he was posting elsewhere. So it's like, yeah, this is deliberate, just not messaging back. So yeah. So yeah, I just couldn't keep doing that. It just felt like I'd be disrespecting myself. And I think the reason he took this so like final, like so like, oh, you know, man's done with me or whatever it is. The reason I think he took it like that is because I've never done this before, because I have always been the one to reach out, always been the one to, you know, message, call, you know, reconnect things. And I guess he got too used to it. So when it's different, he thought, oh shit, you know. But you know, I feel like I've made big progress with being able to do that with people, because there was a point where I couldn't even distance myself from people I really didn't want to associate with, like the Sam guy. There was like several times we all tried to help him so much, and there was several times where I just kept going back to him and trying to help him again. I was always the one, every single time, you know. Rick, Ed, they were like, all right, cool, let's leave him alone. Always me, I would go back and I'd start being like, no, there's hope, there's hope, there's hope, every time. And yeah, I just kept disappointing myself over and over and over, because I just have high expectations for people, and I just try my best to, like, you know, help people and whatnot, and I end up hurting myself in the process a lot of the time, disappointing myself. So from not even being able to do that, you know, stop like associating myself heavily with someone like that, all the way to not cutting off, but like to being okay with losing one of my best friends, you know. I think that's a big jump in you know, my ability in that regard. I feel like I've gotten a lot better at it, which is good, because it was one of my biggest weaknesses, that I would just not be able to detach, like, at all. Seemed like a great girl friend, yeah. I hope so. It's just, yeah, it does sort of suck, but remember, there's always two sides to the coin, you know. It's like, I'm not gonna sit here and paint Rick as like some ultra villain or something. So my perspective is, obviously, I reached out, you know, a lot last time. I thought maybe he would pull his weight, you know, show me at least, you know, that he also values this, and he hasn't. That's my perspective. His perspective might be he's waiting on me, because he's like, oh, maybe, or, you know, he feels disrespected maybe, and he thinks it's my duty to reach out to him, and that's why he hasn't, you know. Can you see what I mean by like pride and ego and stubbornness destroying things where that could have been, you know? How do I feel about, I mean, I was working out. I've been working out through the whole time, to be honest. I mean, I think I'm a lot stronger, and I'm making huge progress. He also goes gym, that's the thing. So it's not like he's not making progress either. I mean, sorry, it's not like he's not making progress or anything like that. I'm sure he is. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with the gains I'm making with the people I'm talking to in the gym here now. It's actually really awesome. I meet some awesome people, and yeah, you know, like I feel pretty good about it all. Obviously, there's those times where you get down. You know, it happens to everyone. You know, you start to think about the past. You start to think about what could have been. You start to think about if you did anything wrong. You start to think about all these things. You know, it happens. Your mood changes. You're happy sometimes. You're a bit more, you know, sad sometimes. So you think about these things. Even in scenarios where you do like genuinely absolutely fuck everything, and I'm still sitting here like, what if I reached out? What if, you know, what if? But then you also have to remind yourself to stay grounded in, you know, what you believe in, and, you know. And right now what I believe is that if he genuinely valued me, he would try and reach out. He would not let it die just after this, you know. But the thing is, what's crazy is I technically don't even speak to Ed right now, and he's my best friend, and it's because he brought up this thing where he wanted to like isolate himself from all of his close friends for a year. I know it's a kind of a crazy thing to do, but I guess obviously it was for self-development and improvement, and obviously I didn't understand it at first, but later on, once it actually happened, I started appreciating that he did that and actually seeing the value in it, because I started improving as well, because it took away the safety net of being able to rely on anyone else, and it also forced me to be much more independent in everything that I do, you know. I can't lean on him anymore because I can't talk to him, you know. But he said obviously we would reunite after a year, and obviously would be, you know, different, better versions of ourselves, and, you know, excited to see each other again, and the reunion would be awesome, you know, legendary. Rick was meant to be part of that reunion, and I think he still will be, because I've seen stories he's hanging out with Ed currently. So I don't know, you know, Ed has sort of, I think, sort of, as the years sort of gone on, sort of started talking to some people again, but he's making sure specifically he doesn't speak to me, because I think that's the biggest part he wanted out of this, is to see the growth between both of us. So he's specifically making sure that I am, you know, not talking to him until that year is up. And the year is almost up, you know. It is gonna be, I think it's July it started happening. So yeah, not long now. And I think I've made I feel like I'm such a different person from where I used to be, and I don't know, I appreciate it a lot, you know. I definitely want to thank him when I do see him, you know, for it, you know, because I think the development has been insane. I really do like it. And I still have so much more to do, and, you know, distance to travel with it all, you know. Anyways, I need to pee. I will be back. I can't even stand because I feel like my legs are just jelly from sitting like that. I'll be back. I was muted again. Yeah, sound. Yeah, I got it. But yeah, you should follow the channel if you're interested in the streams. If you want to catch them, get notifications from them and all. But yeah, I'm gonna get like 0 sleep. I have work tomorrow, so that's gonna be rough. I don't know, like, 'cause I still need to have my shakes when I get home. All of that. Still have to shower for my session still, so I have a ton of stuff to do. Alright, well, I guess there's you know, conversations to have on other days, because I can't talk about everything in one day, you know. It's like there's just a lot that can be spoken about, you know. There's so many different topics, you know, that people would want to hear about or have perspective on, but that's not all doable in, you know, one session, one gym stream or whatever. But you know, as you join, you would, you know, get to know the type of person I am, or, you know, the views I have and whatnot, gradually. So yeah. I am so tired right now. I think you need that out, and I don't mind you talk. Yeah, I don't know, because the thing is, like, I don't really talk to anyone, isn't it? So I'm not super close to my family to be able to, like, talk about these things. It's just like a little bit of a toxic household, is the way I'll describe it. And obviously I can't speak to Ed, and there's now, I guess, not really Rick. That's another thing. It was the fact I was still calling him my brother while we weren't talking, and he was saying we had a big falling out, you know, and he doesn't know if we're friends anymore. So that's crazy. That it was that fragile in his mind, and that it was that, you know, I'm gonna say sacred, that strong in my mind. You know, it was a big difference. But yeah, yeah, I know you won't. It's just mad for one, you know, session to be able to, like, talk that much, you know, about so many. Because if I start on, like, more topics, it's just like I'm gonna be here till, like, I don't know, like, next week at that point, you know. I'm just, because I'll just be able to talk about so many different things, and yeah, it's just a lot, you know. But yeah, as far as Rick's concerned, I think it was maybe only a week ago, something like that, bro is going to the gym. Fair enough, man. What's it? Yeah, as far as Rick is concerned, he is, I guess, you know, doing his thing, which is cool. I don't know, I wouldn't, if I ever do talk to the guy again, I don't really know at this point, but if I ever do, I wouldn't be able to come into that situation calling him my brother anymore, because I just think at this point I've tolerated enough to the point where I'm not able to give him that sort of, you know, value in my head anymore, you know. I just couldn't. So if I ever do talk to him, it won't be at the standpoint of this is my brother, because he just has completely shown zero like traits of what a brother would act like, you know. So yeah, he's definitely come down a peg, even if we were to talk again. So yeah, it is just rough. But yeah, that's sort of where I'm at right now. But yeah, again, I don't know. I think when Ed and I do reunite, I guess he'll probably be reincorporated into talks or into my life again, because obviously Rick and Ed are obviously friends, so there's no way to really avoid that, you know. It might be a bit awkward, but I would probably end up seeing him on some occasion through Ed. He's not even trying to meet you in the middle. That's the thing, it's like, as much as I'm saying all of this, I'm trying to see the best in him and the best in the person, you know? I'm still trying to look at it from a perspective where maybe there's a reason, maybe he thinks I'm at fault, maybe he thinks it's too awkward to talk, maybe he's waiting for me to, you know, talk, or maybe, I don't know, you know, maybe. I keep giving him, you know, all the benefits of doubts. But the thing is, you have to understand two things. I may be giving him this grace, and I may be giving him, like, the benefit of the doubt in a lot of this. But that doesn't mean that I'm just blindly not changing anything about how I treat the guy, you know? As I said, he's come down a peg. So I'm still, you know, practicing my boundaries, and I'm still moving things around and figuring stuff out. But I'm also, you know, giving him the grace in terms of, like, what the situation may be. I'm not sitting there writing him off saying he's a terrible person, you know? But yeah, you know, just, that's the thing, you know, when you're trying to be more righteous and all these sorts of things, you just, that's what I mean. I am a completely different person from where I used to be. But it isn't easy, you know, because not everyone abides by this, you know, not everyone is sitting there thinking like this, you know. They will be the first to be like, oh, fuck that person, screw that person, or, you know, look what they did to you, you know, you shouldn't even like them, you should dislike them, and all these sorts of things, you know. It's like, people don't operate by that, you know, so it's very hard, you know, when they're treating you, it's almost like they got, like, full control of what they're allowed to do, and I'm not, you know. Because obviously I have to sit there and think about what I'm doing and be righteous in everything that I'm doing, and, you know, just try and be the best sort of version I can, you know. And I will make mistakes. There will be times I resent. There will be times I find it very hard to forgive. There will be times where, you know, I fail. There will be times like that, of course. You know, it's just because I'm trying to do this doesn't mean I'll always be successful. There'll be times where I really, really, like, resent someone or something like that, you know. But it's about catching yourself, and it's about, you know, trying to pick the right option and doing the right thing, you know, regardless of how you're feeling, you know. And try and, you know, take that feeling, turn it into something else, make it positive. See the best, you know. That's the aim of it at the end of the day. That's what I mean. It's like, resentment is genuinely just you swallowing the poison, because you are the one who's hating. They may be continuing with life. You're the one sitting there with that hatred in your heart, you know. And that's not what you want to do in any situation, you know. Doesn't matter really what they've done. You just gotta forgive it at the end of the day. Right now, I find it pretty easy, to be honest, to forgive. I don't know why. I just find it very easy, because I don't attach myself to just disliking and holding something over someone. But eventually, that may get harder when things happen to me that are even harder tests, you know, things like that. So it is just gonna be, I guess, a test. But yeah, I do need to. I do really need to go. Let me see when the bus is. My phone's also on 3%, so I really do need to like wrap up. Oof, that is a terrible timing, that is. I'm gonna have to Uber, to be honest. Okay. Alright. Just double checking everything is all goody. Alright. I am super tired. Alright, thanks for coming and thanks for the chat. It's been really nice, you know. Like I said, you know, it is cool to get it off your chest. And it is nice to talk about, get perspective on different things and all, so, you know. So I appreciate you coming, and I don't know if you'll be in tomorrow, but I should be streaming again tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And take care, all the best. Everyone else who was calm, you know. Thanks also for any follows as well, any chats. But yeah guys, I will see you guys tomorrow, and yeah, just take care.